Hey guys, hey girls, and hey people and humans on this earth or aliens that are watching my video, and welcome to a new video on my channel. It's your girl, Vicky's Draft here. Today I show you 3 really nice and easy transitions where you don't need plugins. I mean, additional. The plugins are all additional. I'm gonna add my own spice on it because all these transitions are recreation from edits. Watch their video, link will be in the description. I think these are video style transitions, and some video style transition, not just some, but almost every transition that I see on YouTube is actually so amazing that I think, why is there no After Effects tutorial for that? So I'm gonna show you how to do these 3 easy transition by edits, but I add my own spice on it. And sorry if I sound difficult. I'm not a shapeshifter, but I mean, I don't know, do shapeshifter like shift their voice too? But I'm still sick. But I don't have corona, okay? So I would say let's directly start with the first transition. And for that, we need 3 clips. So let's start with our background clip. I'm gonna add this there. And then I will resize it. Here are helpful shortcuts. And after resizing it, by the way, make a right click, pre-compose, and move all attributes into the new composition. Select that one. And I call it background. BG. Yes, like this. And can we please appreciate it? If you know this manhwa, if not, don't listen to that. But if you know that, he's the greenest flag that I ever saw in my whole life. They're really the cutest people on the whole world. Like, I want him. I want him. I never wanted a man so bad in my life. But for him, I would go on my knees and pretend I would be a rabbit or a dog and bark for him. Anyways. After that, we're gonna make a right click on a timeline, new, and create a new object. I call that rotation. So now we have our rotation clip. So the next thing we're gonna do is starting the rotation. We're gonna connect the background clip with the rotational object, and we activate motion blur and all of it. Just press there on the square and there it will be automatically enabled. It should light up in your color. Depends on, but I choose yellow. So for you, it could be any other color, maybe, I don't know, blue. It should be blue, right? After that, we press R to complete rotation. Imagine we have a zoom out there. Beep, and I want the rotation here to start. And then we press, if I didn't mention that, press R to complete rotation. I think I already mentioned that. I have Alzheimer recently. Press here on the stopwatch on rotation. Then go forward where you want it to end. Maybe I want it to be slow, so I will do it maybe right at the end here. And then set your rotation to positive 180. That it's basically just flipped up. You can do -2, then the rotation will go to the left instead of the right. And then we should have something like that. Then mark your keyframes and press F9. If you don't know how to press F9, make a right click, keyframe, and also yes, keyframe assistant and easy ease. Then go to the graph editor, make sure to select the rotation, and then we make a right click and choose edit speed graph. And now I have to struggle again because of my webcam. But yeah, basically just make it slightly to the left. Oh, I don't see anything. I don't see any shit. Wait, guys. Oh my lord. What am I doing? The webcam's a whole struggle. Yes, like this, but it looks bad because it's black. So go to effects and presets and search for motion tile. And add it to your pre-comp layer, and then we activate mirror edges and set the output height and width higher. That looks like this. So now let's add our clips. Now we need our 2 pictures. Let's start with this one. I put it under the rotation layer. And then drag the clip there where you want your clip to appear, and it should be aligned to your rotation keyframe, so you can start it here. And what I do is to go to our rectangle tool and hold it with the left mouse and go to the rounded rectangle tool, and then we press shift, like we hold the shift button, and then we drag one and create like a square. So now I have something like this, that we have a beautiful rounded square, and it looks honestly really good. And the next thing is we press here on the mask. If it's not open, just press M, like here, to open up the mask, and copy the mask with Control and C or Command and C. And we import the second clip, put it over another clip, or depends on which clip should be on top or the bottom. There's no switch, guys, unfortunately. And then paste in the mask with Control and V or Command and V, and it should look like this. If you don't like the placement, just do a double click on the mask here, and then you can readjust it. Because I want Anhyuk's, I don't know, hair to be seen like this. And then we press S on both clips and select both scales and scale it down to what we want. I planned in to do a zoom in as well, so I will do it a little bit smaller, like 65, like this. This is perfect. And now we're gonna readjust the clip. I want the clip to appear later, but right now we need that at the same duration at least, or we put it a little back, and then look where we see both clips, and then we will rearrange it. Here are the helpful shortcuts. Okay, now I readjusted the clips, and now let's do our flips and flaps and whatever. We activate motion blur and both clips first, and then on the clip that comes at first, we gonna select here the square where the cube is. Here, press on the cube, then we have a 3D layer. Then we make sure to change the anchor point that is currently in the middle to the right. I use the ease tool. It's a free plugin that you can install where you can change the anchor point fast, or just press here on the pen behind anchor point tool and Y and change it manually. I just have to click this one here. For you have to press there, and then you can change the anchor point tool too, like this. Now what we do is to press R to map the rotation. We need the Y rotation. So what I do is to press on the stopwatch and Y rotation and set it there where the second clip appears, and then at the start I'm gonna set it like to 80. That's like this. And then I mark the keyframes, press F9, go to the graph editor, make sure that I'm in edit speed graph, and set this to the left. I'm happy that this one is on the top because I see that one. So now we have something like this. It may look weird, but if we add effects on it later, it might look better. So basically, we are already finished with our transition. But we can add other stuff. For example, opacity. I will do that now. Press T on the background layer. I'm sorry, I apologize for my Husten. And then press there on stopwatch on opacity. And I line up with the keyframe a little bit and set it somewhere in the middle, the opacity down to maybe 50 is good. So now we have something like that. I will add a turbulence displacement, displace as well on all of them. New, and open up the adjustment layer, like right click on the timeline, new and adjustment layer. Then I go to effects and presets and search for turbulent displace. It's under the, where's my turbulent? Where are you? Turb? Ah, there. Under the stored folder, then here. I set the amount to personally 20, nothing above 20. Then it's too much, but if you like much, then do it. Then I press on the stopwatch and amount. I don't even have to explain the settings because I showed that in every video. I think now you even have everything in head already. Size to 300. You can still watch what settings I use. I most of the time, to be honest, use just some random settings. So there are no real structure, to be honest. So, and then here too. I think that's even already too much. No, this size is too high. 300 is completely enough. 200. Yeah, that's already really high. Ah, that's because I didn't set the terp down here, the amount. So this is good now. And then of course add a shake. I will add a drop shadow now on both of them. So for drop shadow, I use the BCC drop shadow and add them to both of your clips, but you can use the normal drop shadow as well. So like this. And then I go to the adjustment layer. And at posterize time, you can add it too, but it just works if you use adjustment layers. If you drag them to adjustment layer and set the frame rate to 15. And you see how it looks like. And now we are basically finished, but I do a zoom out now and add a shake. And yeah, you can watch me doing that or just skip now to the next transition. Okay, our next transition will be cool as well. But for this, we need the Sapphire plugin if you want the additional effects to be there. It's not a must be. So for the next one, we need 3 clips as well, like in the clip before. And first we start with our background. This is going to be my background. And here are the helpful shortcuts again. We're going to resize them first. This is how I want it to be. And then I call that background again. And with those 2 settings, I press OK. So I would say, let's start with the slide first. There are 2 various versions. I show you the plugin-less version. You can do it with the plugin as well. aka as underline blur curves. That's easy and faster. But you could use the normal one as well, the position one that is already in After Effects and adding it with motion tile. So what we do is to press B to open up the position, go to effects and presets and search motion tile. So, and add it to your background layer. And then, we would most of the time press there to enable mirror edges in most cases, but this time, no. We just set the output width to a higher number, just the output width. That's width, right? And that's height, okay. Set it just to a higher number, and then we press P here, we already have it, and press on the stopwatch on position. We set it right at the start, and then we go directly at the end, or where you want it to set to end, and make like a slide. If it's black like that, just set the output width higher. Now it should look like this, and then activate motion blur, and we gonna highlight our keyframes now and press F9. So it looks like this. And then go to the graph editor, make right click and edit speed graph, and do like a middle graph, a soft one. Like this. Yes, that looks gorgeous. So after doing the position, we just drag our next clip. That's gonna be our second clip. I'm gonna resize that it fits to the composition. Like this. And make a right click, pre-compose it with those 2 settings, call that 1 for first clip. Even change the color for you to orange, because orange is a beautiful, amazing color. And then we set the second clip up there, resize it as well, and then after that pre-compose it of course too. And what the man doing? He looks good, even doing this. Is that churros? 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 I have Spanish classes and I don't know how to pronounce that. My Spanish teacher sees this, she will kill me. Anyways, after doing that, we gotta resize our clip both, pressing S on both clips. And I will have them on 55 is a beautiful number. And I put that second clip like here, press P on the second clip to open up the position and set it to the left like this, that it's out of picture, but like near. You see? It's directly there after the comp ends, if you know what I mean. The ratio. I don't know how to explain that actually, because we still need the space to add the text in a second. And now we make a right click, new, create a null object, and we call that slidey micey. And then we connect both first and one clip with the snail here to the slightly mycinal object, and now we create a text. Here, we don't do a normal basic text, guys, not a horizontal type tool. We hold up with the left mouse and go to a vertical type tool, press here, and just write your text. I'm gonna write untalk, because that's his name. Then I go and press P here to open up the position and reposition the text. You don't see it because it's too light now. Oh my gosh. Should I do the text? Anyways. Put it under the slightly mycinal object 2 and connect it to the slightly mycinal object. And after that, we press here on the slightly myci, press P, go to position, and reposition that shortly. We do it back later, but we need to see that clip first. So the first thing you do is now go to your second clip and press R to open up the, not R, press here to activate the cube, I'm sorry, and activate the cube here on the on your text as well and your first clip. And the next thing we do now is to press now R. We're going to change the X rotation to 180 and set the text to 180 as well. Press here on R and go to the X rotation, set it to 180 as well. That is like mirrored. We will see later if I did it right or not. And now we can position it back like this. Now what we do is to press on the stopwatch on position. Imagine there is a zoom out, and while this we do it too. Maybe start here. Oh, my foot just fell asleep. Give me a minute. Like this, and then we go there and set the position like this. Set it maybe here. Here looks good. Oh my gosh, what did I do? Like this. It will look better later. Activate motion blur, of course, on every clip. And then we press Shift and R to map the rotation without closing the position one. Press on the stopwatch on rotation. Activate your 3D cube here. And we align up with the position. Go there and we play with the Y is my Z rotation here. I want the Y rotation? No. Not the Y. The X rotation. Press on stopwatch on X rotation. Set that keyframe at the start. And then nextly we set it here. I want it like to be schräg. Shit. What means schräg in English? Let me Google that really fast. Schräg. Hey Siri, wie sagt man schräg auf Englisch? Not set our alarm. Oh my god. Anyways, I want it not to be straight. You know what I mean? After that, highlight your keyframes, press F9, and we start with our position one. We do a middle graph. Like this. And of course I don't see anything. Yeah. I had to do it bigger. I'm so sorry guys. It's my webcam is in the way. No! No! Now we have that way. But now we gotta graph our rotation too. So press here on the rotation, go to the graph editor, and now set it here, like a middle one again. So like this. Looks juicy. Maybe we can put it back and align up with the position one. That looks like this. Yeah, this looks good. We love it slow. And we do a zoom out later anyways. So let's do the background thing first that I show you. For this, you need a plugin now. I'm so sorry. Save that in case. So let's start with the text first. How do we do the glowy thing? We search for deep glow. Easy. Plugins deep glow. You just put it on the text and that's it. Like this. Wait, with my text. looks too much at the bottom. Ah, it's because it's schräg, okay. Then we copy the background clip in a second, but first we press T to augment the opacity. And there where the slide starts, it should be here. We press and so much on opacity. Go back there and set the opacity down to 50. Like this. Now we copy the clip with Ctrl D or Command D. And make sure to select the lower clip and search for half tone. Half tone. It's called S underline half tone. Put it on the bottom clip. And then something like this should appear. You can let it stay like this. But I like it if the dots frequency is higher. Means smaller dots. More dots. Like this. Basically we are finished now. I'm gonna add turbulence displays and a zoom out as well. You can watch me doing that. If not, go and move on to our last transition, honey. Last transition will be an easy one. So I'm gonna add my clips first. Hihihihi. I have to look if I have enough clips. So I love my Queen's flag onion. So we need 4 clips for that picture. Let's add our first one first. So what I do is I'm gonna resize it all on compass. Make a composition of all the 4 clips in the size of the composition. I will skip that part. You will see the fast motion part of that. Because I think you know now how to pre-comp clips. And yeah, I will pre-comp all of my clips now. Okay, after comping all of your clip, they all have the same size. We just press, or we select all of our clips now and press S to open up the scale. And then we select them all again, that the scale is highlighted. Then we scale them all down at the same amount. And now let's do 50. That's good. And now what I do, I want them to be like rounded again. So go to the rounded rectangle tool by pressing Q. Or you could here change it by pressing Q more often or hold it with the left mouse. And what I want to do is I press Shift while holding Shift. I make the mask, of course select your clip. Like this. And then I copy the mask by plainly selecting the mask, press Ctrl C or Command and C. Paste it in with Command and V or Ctrl and V on all of your clips like that. And so we all have rounded rectangles. Now we're gonna rearrange the clips in an order that we have like a square. For that I recommend you that it looks good. Go here to grid and guide options and activate proportional grid. And now we're gonna rearrange all of our clips. And it's up to you in which order you want them. But I see it's still too big for 4 clips. So I'm gonna do them smaller now. Now I'm kind of happy with that. I'm not a perfectionist, but it kind of triggered me. So after that we can deactivate the proportional grid, see what we all used. And we have something like that. I select them all, press U to close them all. And what we now do is right click, new, and create a null object. We cannot connect every clip with a null object. And activate the motion blur of all of your clips, don't forget that guys. And now we do a simple zoom out, press S to open scale, press on the stop motion scale, set the keyframe back there, and do a zoom in. Highlight your keyframes, press F9, go to the graph editor, and set the graph to the left. Like this, it should look like. Put it a little bit back. Yeah, we have something like that. Now I know it looks weird. But guys, it will be better, I promise. Now make a right click again, new, and create a new null object and connect that null object that where we did the scale with the new one and activate motion blur as well. Then we press here S to open up the scale as well. Go there between, maybe here right at the end, press on the stopwatch and scale. Then go to the end and set the scale down to maybe 62. Mark your keyframes, press F9, go to the graph editor, right click and edit value graph and set that graph high up there. Now you see it looks kind of weird because there's no black borders anymore. That's why I'm scaling them all down. Here, S to 35. Or I'm bringing them closer together. Closer together. That's good. Now I like it more. And what we do now is the opacity. Let me save it in case I don't want that to happen. What happened in the last parts. And we start with the first clip. Press T to up the opacity. And where we start with the opacity? Maybe here. Press on the stopwatch and opacity. Set it somewhere back where the opacity should end, and at the start we set it to 0. And then we have something like that. Just copy the values by highlighting it. Press Ctrl and C or Command and C. And go here. Maybe I want to start the next one. Edit then with Ctrl and V or Command and V. That looks like this. And here I want to start the next one. Like this. Like this. And now, of course, we have to add our turbulence displays. To save time, I just go to one of my other transitions and just copy the adjustment layer. To save you that time, just go back to the minute in the settings to look what the settings are. And you know how it looks incredible. Of course, add shakes and coloring and it will look better. You can watch me doing that now. I recommend you to watch my other videos if you want to learn how to do more transitions or how to do TikTok trends. Here you come to one of my previous videos. I recommend you that to learn more transitions. They look aesthetic as fuck and really good. So, love you guys.